imagine winning the biggest sporting event on Earth and still not being remembered as one of the greatest World Cup champions ever. Sounds impossible, right? Well, not all World Cup winners are created equal. Some teams dominated the entire tournament and changed football forever. Others barely survived and lifted the trophy by the smallest margins imaginable. Today, we're ranking every FIFA World Cup winning nation from least impressive to greatest of all time. And trust me, the number one spot isn't even close. Let's start near the bottom. At number 8, it's England. England won their only World Cup in 1966, and while lifting football's most famous trophy is an incredible achievement, this victory remains controversial even today. The final featured one of the most debated goals in sports history. Did the ball fully cross the line? People are still arguing about it decades later. England were strong, but compared to the dynasties you'll see later, their World Cup legacy is surprisingly small. Next up, Spain. Spain's 2010 World Cup winning team was beautiful to watch. They controlled possession like almost nobody before them. In simple terms, opponents barely touched the ball. Here's the surprising part. Spain scored only 8 goals in 7 matches. That's barely more than 1 goal per game. Yet they still became world champions. It was like winning a basketball tournament while constantly keeping the ball away from the other team. Effective? Absolutely. Exciting? That's still up for debate. Coming in at number 6, France. France have won 2 World Cups and reached multiple finals. Their 1998 team inspired an entire nation. Their 2018 squad was packed with superstar talent. But here's what makes France unique. They've produced elite teams across different generations. Most countries get one golden era. France keeps finding new stars. It's almost unfair. At number 5, Uruguay. Many casual fans are shocked by this one. Uruguay is a country of just a few million people. That's smaller than many American cities. Yet they won the first ever World Cup in 1930 and followed it up with another title in 1950. Imagine a tiny nation consistently beating giants with 10 times their population. That's exactly what Uruguay did. Now things get serious. At number 4, Argentina. Argentina have produced some of football's most iconic moments, from Diego Maradona's brilliance in 1986 to Lionel Messi finally completing his story in 2022. And here's something incredible. The 2022 World Cup final is often called one of the greatest football matches ever played. Not one of the greatest finals. One of the greatest matches. Period. Argentina don't just win, they create unforgettable stories. At number 3, Italy. Italy has 4 World Cup trophies. Only 2 countries have more. What's fascinating is how they won. While some teams overwhelm opponents with attacking firepower, Italy became famous for defensive mastery. Think of a fortress. Breaking through Italy often felt impossible, and in tournament football, preventing goals can be just as powerful as scoring them. At number 2, Germany. If football had a machine designed to produce success, it would probably look like Germany. 4 World Cups, multiple finals, countless deep tournament runs, and perhaps most impressively, consistency. Generations change, players retire, coaches come and go. Germany keeps showing up. One statistic says everything. Germany have reached the World Cup semi-finals more times than most countries have even reached the quarterfinals. That's dominance. But there can only be one number 1, and that spot belongs to Brazil. 5 World Cup trophies. More than anyone else, the only nation to play in every single World Cup, and a football culture that has produced legends for generations. Pelé, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Neymar. The list seems endless. What's amazing is that Brazil didn't just win. They changed how people viewed football. Creativity, skill, flair, joy. For millions of fans around the world, Brazil became the image of football itself. And that's why they sit comfortably at the top of this ranking. So our final order is England, Spain, France, Uruguay, Argentina, Italy, Germany, and Brazil. Of course, rankings like this always start debates. Maybe you think Germany should be number 1. Maybe Argentina's recent success deserves a higher spot. That's the beauty of World Cup history. Everyone remembers it a little differently. But one thing is certain. Winning a World Cup is incredibly difficult. Winning multiple World Cups is legendary, and building a legacy that lasts for generations, That's what makes football's greatest champions unforgettable. If you enjoyed this ranking and want more beginner-friendly World Cup content explained simply, make sure to subscribe, because the road to World Cup 2026 is only getting started.